Hi there, welcome to the Brown Lounge. I'm Holly Brown, and tonight I have my husband Kevin Brown with me.
Hello.
And we're having a big dinner party tonight. We're having 12 people over, and we always say the best way to get the party started is to start with cocktails.
That's right. The good party policy is within 2-3 minutes of someone arriving, put a cocktail in their hand. It always gets things started off wonderfully.
It definitely works.
It works.
So what are we making tonight?
Well, we like to, at the Brown Lounge, we like to call it the 3 M's. And that includes Manhattan, Margarita, and your favorite,
Yes.
Martini.
Martini. My husband makes the best martini I've ever had. Yeah, definitely, that I've ever had. So we're going to do 3 different cocktails in 3 different segments, starting with the martini. So stick around, we're going to show you how to make it. So honey, I'm ready for my martini. This is my glass. Okay, can you fill that up right there for me?
That's the heavy artillery.
Yeah, I think that I would really enjoy just carrying this glass around.
It's a workout, too.
Okay, we're just kidding. We're not going to use this glass. We're going to use this glass.
Okay.
Right. This glass is pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll use this glass. So before we get started, make sure I understand here. What's the difference? First of all, why are we now all drinking vodka martinis instead of gin martinis?
Well, I think because of marketing in the late 60s, early 70s, vodka became very popular. And I think more people are drinking it, and therefore martinis started to incorporate vodka in them. And I think the vodka industry's done a great job marketing itself, especially Stoli, which really put vodka on the map in the U.S. Good vodka, really. So most people now are drinking vodka as opposed to gin. And there's lots of different ways to make martinis. I always say make them the way you like them. Most people don't really know, what they want. Sometimes, serious drinkers will say, I want them a specific way. They want it super dry, they want it not so super dry, or they want it wet. Some people like them dirty. Some people like them dirty and stacked, which is a lot of olives with the juice of the olives in the martini.
So I like a dry martini. What is a dry martini?
A dry martini defined is very simple. It has to do with how much dry vermouth you put in the drink, right? Because you want that flavor. You don't want just you don't want straight vodka. And a lot of bartenders will say, "Oh, you want me to wave the bottle over the top?" No, I want vermouth, but I only want a very, very minor amount.
Yeah. In fact, I always say to the bartender, put it in the glass and then throw it out.
That's exactly right. It's the easiest way to measure.
Okay, so let's show everyone how we're going to make my favorite martini, a dry, straight martini up with olives.
Right.
Right?
Very
Which is
simply.
pretty much the traditional.
So the ingredients, as we just said, we have Stoli vodka. We're brand specific here. We love Stoli. A lot of people like Grey Goose or other real popular vodkas. We have dry vermouth. We have olives, which we'll adorn the drink afterward, and that's really, really important to give it that decoration. And then we have a shaker. So we'll take that off. First step in this process, it's a new bottle, is just to add a thimbleful or less to the glass of dry vermouth. That's all is required. And then take and swirl. It's important to swirl just to coat the glass, and then you just dump all of the vermouth out.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
Okay, let's
All
just
right.
get rid of all that.
Gone.
So now the glass is coated. That's all we need. We'll put ice in the shaker. Now, always use really frozen ice and big cubes. Do not use crushed ice ever, or ice that's partly melting, because it will water down your drink. A lot of bars do both, and it always makes you angry because you get a drink and it tastes like water, right?
And I've definitely sent my drinks back when they were like that. So some people say that a shaken martini is really a watered-down martini. But if you do it right, you get a great martini that's cold with just that nice...
Really dry ice, big cubes, so that you don't bruise the ice, which creates a lot of heat, and therefore it creates a lot of water. So I don't use a shot glass. I just eyeball it. Most good bartenders do. I count to 5. So 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a pretty healthy drink. That is a double, maybe a double and a half.
Yeah.
But Holly really likes martinis, so And she'll just usually drink one for the whole evening. Yeah, right. It's in here. And you don't want to leave it in here too long. We're going to let that just sit for 1 minute. We're going to take our olives. Some people are 2 olive people. Sometimes there are 3. These are large olives. We'll just do 2. Put that in the bottom of the glass. By the time you've done that, this is cold enough. Give it 2 more good shakes. Slowly pour it in.
Beautiful.
As you can see, it fills the glass. It's really a double. That's a lot of vodka.
That is gorgeous.
But that's what we like to drink here around. So, here you go, my love.
Love it. Thank you. Whoops.
Oops.
I hate
think
it when I
was
spill.
that 1/2 pour
Yeah.
of it.
Sometimes I spill it because
Yeah.
it's so full. That is a killer martini. Love it. Let's go on to the next one. What are we going to do next?
Okay, next drink up, I think we'll make a margarita.
Okay, fab. So now we're going to do a margarita, right? Now this is one of my very favorite summer drinks for sure. And just so you know, I was completely bragging about your margaritas on my enchilada show that I did a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
So what is the trick to the Kevin Brown margarita?
It's not really a trick at all. So the key is to keep it really simple and to use a few just basic ingredients. Again, there are probably 50 different ways to make a good margarita. If you're in Mexico City, it's a sacrilege to use margarita mix. However, at a party, you're looking for convenience, and you're looking for speed, and you're looking for quantity. You're making a lot of margaritas for people. So there's a really easy way to take basic ingredients, including margarita mix, and just doctor it up. And then we also, our secret ingredient is topping the margarita with Grand Marnier, which is orange cognac from France. It's a little pricey, but it will change your life. You want to basically use this always as a floater on the top. And a lot of people call that a Cadillac or a top shelf margarita, but they use triple sec, not the good stuff. So we're going to use the good stuff tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to prep the glass. Always ask your guest whether they want salt or no salt. So sal or sin sal in Spanish. And just rim the glass a little bit with lime. We have a little plate here that has some salt in it. Don't overdo it, but it gives it a nice flavor. So now we've got a rimmed glass.
And you can just use sea salt. You don't have to buy that special margarita salt.
Just normal sea salt. That's great.
Okay.
Okay, that's step 1. We like them on the rocks, or con rocas, not blended. Blended is not the way to make a good margarita. Some people ask for that, and I just say we don't make them that way. So I don't measure, but it's about a 1-to-2 ratio between the tequila. So I'm going to count to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make 1, and then we're going to add the margarita mix. 1, 2, 3. It comes out a little bit faster. And then take 1 whole lime and quarter it. So 1 lime per drink. If you're making 2, you can maybe do 1.5. Depends how much room you got in your shaker. But you want a lot of lime juice.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Makes a huge difference.
So, there's
Just
a
drop them in there.
there's a lot of conversation, especially among women, about skinny girl margaritas. And, I don't know. Personally, I think that at the end of the day, when you make your skinny girl margarita taste good enough, you're putting so much syrupy, sugary stuff in there that, it's kind of a wash. I think this is really the way to go. This is easy, it's fresh, it tastes delicious. Great.
Yeah, skinny
great
girl
mix.
margaritas, there's a lot of hype about that. There's a lot of agave syrup in those things. And
it's very sugary.
It's very sugary, and it's not low-cal at all. I don't know where that skinny thing comes from. Anyway, you put all your lime juice in, all your lime.
I don't know. Someone might debate that with you, but anyway,
I don't know.
we'll leave that as it is.
All right, skip all the hype. So you want to take all your limes out, actually, after you've got them in, and you want to just let them soak a little bit. Squeeze all the excess juice out. Oh, this is going to be good. You can smell the limes. So now that we have that, we're going to shake this drink. We're going to serve it on the rocks. I just do it with the rocks.
So pretty.
Actually, there's one little lime in there. We'll just put it in there. In fact, we'll throw another one in there for good measure.
Beauty. Do I get to taste test this
We're
one?
not there yet.
Oh.
On the last, this is the most important part.
I forgot.
This is the secret weapon of
Yeah.
all good margaritas. And a little gauche, but take your thumb, because this comes out really, really
Yeah.
fast, and you don't want too much. Take your thumb and constrain the opening and just dribble a little bit, drizzle a little top on the
So
top.
you always know a good bartender when you get your margarita, if it just has a little bit of that brownish coloring on the top and it's not green.
Right.
That's when I know I've got a good margarita in my hands.
And of course, it adds more alcohol to the drink, so your audience always enjoys that too. So you can
This
really
is
hammer
beautiful.
margaritas like this. So
Okay, here's to you.
enjoy it.
Have a wonderful summer. Enjoy your margaritas or drink them anytime, and definitely try them with our enchiladas, our chicken salsa
they're
verde
great.
enchiladas.
Good.
Super good. Oh, that's so good.
Tasty.
Oh yeah, I'm going to have to enjoy this for a little bit before we move on to the next one.
Okay.
So the next one's your favorite. Okay, so we're on to the third M, which is the Manhattan.
Right.
A very classic, sort of old-fashioned drink that happens to be your favorite.
It is.
And I've definitely noticed that since you started making Manhattans at the Brown Lounge, that more and more of our friends have become Manhattan drinkers.
You know, I
You
think
sort
you're
of
right.
turned them on to it.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people weren't familiar with Manhattans, and it's a very simple drink. So let me just tell you about the 3 ingredients that are important here. The traditional Manhattan is made with rye whiskey. Rye has also become a hip, whiskey to drink. You go to a lot of bars, you see 5 or 6 ryes.
Yeah.
I make it with bourbon. Bourbon comes from Kentucky, and the best bourbon for the Manhattan, because I think of its smoky, kind of peaty flavor, is Maker's Mark. Of course, there's lots of different bourbons, but Maker's Mark is our favorite in the house. We also have sweet vermouth. Again, not expensive sweet vermouth. It's just
You spend all the money on it.
yeah, we did. It's a big bottle. And then some garnish, which are cherries, dried cherries. And this is super important because it soaks up all the alcohol, and then when you're done with your drink, you get to eat them, and they're phenomenal. So let's go to work.
Okay.
So I'm going to add some ice to our. We make them shaken, not stirred, to quote Bond. Like the Martini, we like our drinks shaken. So we'll add that. Now, unlike the other drinks, I don't eyeball this drink. This is a more precise drink. Like 2 shots.
So you're doing a double.
Yeah, doing a
You
double.
always do a double
I
when
always
you
make a
serve
double,
drinks
right.
at home.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's actually sort of, it's gotten me to expect that wherever we go, I'm going to get that much drink in my
Yeah,
drink.
you don't.
And sometimes I don't, and then I'm disappointed. So I think you've spoiled me.
And I get that 2 full of those jiggers. And that's it. Now, there's always this issue around bitters. Bitters are also now
Right.
the big deal. You can go into a bar and there's 8 types of bitters. I don't like bitters. Even as a bartender, I told people, hey, you want your drink bitter? It adds a bitter taste to it. And if you like that in your Manhattan, then that's great. Just a dash, however. Don't go overboard. Just a drop will do. But I like our Manhattan. It's a little bit sweeter. So we're just going to shake it. Again, use dry ice.
I always love how beautiful this comes out. It's got that smoky, sort of
Yeah.
orangey, peachy color to it. It's so pretty.
And it has a lot of foam on the top, which I really like. And then just take 3 cherries. 1, 2, 3. And they sit at the bottom of your glass. It is a beautiful drink.
It is.
You feel really sexy when you got this in your hand. Anyone who's drinking the Manhattan feels really sexy because it's a sexy drink.
I'm feeling sexy with my martini also.
Very.
Cheers. And the next time you have a party, Get it started with wonderful cocktails. They're easy to make, as you can see, and people really appreciate it. It makes them feel like it's a special
And
event.
don't wait. As soon as they walk in,
Get that drink in
put
their
a
hand.
drink in their hand. Ask them what they want. They feel like they're in a nightclub, and it's all about the experience.
That's right. Cheers. Thanks for watching this episode of the Brown Lounge, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and visit thebrownlounge.com often. See you later.
See you soon.